Now, to talk more on this, we have Mr. DeBar with us, radio host and journalist from CPR News. Mr. DeBar, nice to see you. It's been a long time. Mr. DeBar, your initial thoughts on the resistance and how it survives?
You know, there's a big dispute going on, people that support Palestine and among Palestinians, from what I understand. Some folks are saying that they're winning the war, and others are saying, how can you say that with the damage that we've taken? I think about Muhammad Ali, boxer, when he was older, and he was fighting George Foreman, who was the strongest, biggest, most durable fighter that ever lived up to that point. And the strategy that he employed scared the hell out of his people, his trainers, his manager. And that was to let George Foreman punch and punch and punch and punch and punch until he had no more, and then turn around and take him down. I think that in terms of public relations war, to the extent there's been one since the 40s or even earlier, that has changed. Whatever advantage Israelis had, or European and American Jews colonizing it leading up to 1948, whatever public relations advantage they had has been evaporated. The regime itself has been shown to be the bloodiest, most brutal thing on the planet, and exactly the mirror image of the creature that killed European Jews and millions of others, by the way, in Europe in 1945. It's indistinguishable in terms of its ruthlessness, its willingness to kill children, civilians, for its aims, and for gall. Hearing people talk about building on the great people for seaside resorts and things, which is already being talked about, it makes me sick, honestly, to think about it. The only solace you can take from it as a human being is that, in fact, the more brutal this thing has shown itself to humanity, the more humanity is going to see the urgent need to put it to sleep, to put it down. And that means that day has come closer rather than having it extended its life even further.
Mr. DeBar, a lot of people are saying that with every resistance member that is killed, there will be another 10 created. Your thought on that, and why does that happen? Because the regime thinks that it can eradicate resistance, but can it?
Yeah, even Star Wars knew better. Princess Leia. The more you squeeze the people of all of these planets, the more of them will slip between your fingers, she says, or something to that effect. People's natural state is not to be treated like animals and abused at will, but rather to be treated with dignity just like other people. And the longer that you deny that to people, the more urgent the need to reacquire it becomes. We've seen it over and over and over again. People will not live in slavery, in that kind of abject, servitude to someone else forever. They stand up at some point in time. The longer it takes, the more brutal the revenge. Ask the French in Haiti, for example. This is the fate that awaits the European colony in the Middle East, on Palestine's land. The longer that they wait, the more brutal their justice is going to be. But it'll be justice that's delivered. When you look at the bodies of the people lying about Palestine, Syria, Libya, Lebanon, all over that region, Iraq, where else you want to go? At the hands of the United States and Israel. It's pat.
There you have it, Mr. DeBar joining us from New York. He's a radio host and journalist from CPR News. DeBar, it's always nice talking to you, sir. Thank you for your time.